clap if you've never been to the show before. You people, yeah. Just gotta do a disclaimer, we got in trouble with some 70-year-old people who were staying in the hotel one night, sat through the whole show, and then went up when they were checking out and complained because we were using naughty words. I know. So it's like going to a titty bar and you're seeing breasts and you're complaining, you know? But I do a disclaimer every now and then, so we're going to say, comics up here are going to say certain words like... Bitch! Bitch, that's one of the softer ones. I said bitch as soon as I walked out. You know, besides bitch is pretty, that's G. That's G-rated. No, you're going to hear words like... Clitoris! Clitoris! Here we have an LGBN guy here, you know, so using the technical term. I like to say man in the boat, little man in the boat myself. But you're going to hear clitoris. I don't know if we're going to hear clitoris till then, but you might hear vagina. It's another nice one. Pussy is a big one you hear a lot here. So if you're okay with that stuff, then you're in the right place. If you're bothered by that stuff, get the fuck out. Fuck is another one. Fuck is another one you're going to hear too, by the way. So, speaking of clitoris, did you hear they're coming out with Viagra for women? Yeah! Wait a minute, I want names. Who said yeah?
My mom told me about it.
Your mom told you about it. Is your mom single? Yes! Email.
Okay, awesome.
Does she look like you?
She's beautiful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can see saying Thanksgiving with you now. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Call her up, get her down here now.
Her name's Ava. She's 100% Polish immigrant. Beautiful.
She's Polish. I'm half Polish.
Well, you could be.
So she likes the kielbasa, huh? Yeah, baby. All right, we'll talk after the show. Anyways, Viagra for women. Do we need harder clitorises? We're gonna have to start wearing goggles when we go down on chicks, you know? What happened to your eye? I was going down on a girl. Well, you're blind now, so are you happy? So that reminded me of that sort of clitoris thing, so thanks. So we got a really good show tonight, folks. We got 4 comics from the east side of the state. It's all right to some guys we haven't seen in a little bit. I'm excited to have them back around. We even got a comic from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? And wait for it. A guy from White Cloud. Ooh. I know. Actually, the guy from White Cloud, we're celebrating his birthday here tonight. So, regulars, you know what that means, right? Shots, yes. The record is 18 up here. I know. The guy who had the record is closing the show tonight. He's still alive. I know you're thinking, he's still alive. Yes, he's still alive. So we got a comic. We're going to send some shots up during his set here. So you won't get a lot of material in, but it'll be fun. 3 virgins. Not the virgins. Virgins, you new people, are comics new to the stage. Not, you know, the clitoris versions, but new to the stage. So we're going to have fun with that. So, in fact, first guy up, he is new to the stage. He came from Ypsilanti. Oh, I know. Welcome him, please. His name is Ryan Goodcase. Give it up for Ryan right here.
Thank you. So, I called my dad today because I thought it was Father's Day. And, my parents have been really weird since I've started doing stand-up. Every time I call, I can tell they're really anxious that I'm about to tell them that I cashed in my scholarship money, I'm dropping out of school, and I'm moving to LA. And I'll be moving in their basement in 6 months. That's kind of their fear that I'm trying to quell. But anyways, my dad informed me that he went to the doctor because he hadn't had bowel movement in 5 days. Because apparently at 55, some of your vital body functions just start shutting down on you. That's not a life that I want. That's why I am going to die at 24. I made sure to have a midlife crisis at the age of 12. I had all the symptoms. I hit the juice really hard. I bought a really expensive toy car. and I started playing doctor with a girl half my age. It was a rough time. My current girlfriend and I, we have really loud sex. That's only because she has a loud laugh. We met through one of those, those dating apps like Tinder or Grindr. We met through one of those. This one's called Stalker. It was like the other two, except she didn't know she was on it. That's one of the things that I really think is cool about our generation is the fact that we can meet people through different apps and dating services. But I do feel like it's interfering with our ability to interact face to face. Like, I try to go up to a girl and hand her a picture of my dick in person, and I was like super awkward about it. I don't know how some of you older gentlemen did it back then. It's a lost art. I'm really passionate about music. I always have a song running through my head and whatnot. Sometimes it gets me into trouble. For example, I had someone come up to me, one of my friends. He was visibly upset. I asked him what was wrong, and he said, Ryan, I'm sort of in an existential funk. And all I could think about is how awesome a genre of music existential funk would be. Lay down that boogie and play that funky music till you die alone, realizing there is no God and that life is meaningless. It's my jam. I also spend a lot of time coming up with my rap name from my rap career finally breaks. I think I finally settled on OG Willikers. I want people to know that I'm original gangster, but also that I'm extremely white. I feel like that name communicates both pretty well. I saw a headline in the newspaper the other day that said, man smokes cigarette, rolls over own head. So I read the article to see the mechanics of this thing, and apparently he was pulling out of his driveway smoking a cigarette, and he dropped the cigarette into his shirt. And at this point he remembered the whole stop, drop, and roll thing, but he got the sequence kind of mixed up, because he opened his car door, dropped to the pavement, the car rolled over his head, and he stopped being conscious. Now the article didn't mention whether or not he was okay. That's not important. What is important is this man just wrote the greatest anti-smoking ad there's ever been. You want to smoke, you might as well roll over your own head, because that's what's going to happen. I like to think that I'm a good person, but sometimes I feel like it might just be by default. Sure, I don't get into fistfights with people, but is that only because I'm physically unable? Or sure, I don't cheat on my girlfriend, but is that only because I'm physically unable? And every once in a while I'll do the Good Samaritan thing and help an old woman across the street. But it's only because I like to masturbate to it later. It's one of those moral gray areas. I just don't know where I fit in. Sometimes I'm a bad person by default, by the things I do accidentally. For example, I walked into a public restroom and there were two urinals. There's a normal-sized urinal and there's a short little squat urinal about 2 inches off the ground. And there's a child in there, 6 or 7, peeing at the larger of the two urinals, up on his tiptoes, arcing his stream upward just to get in the bowl. This got me in a dilemma. Am I supposed to squat down into the small one, or try to go around this kid? As I'm standing there debating, this man walks in and he says, "Why are you staring at my son?" And what I wanted to tell him was, your son has the larger of the two urinals and I'm waiting for him to finish. But what I said was, he's got a big one. At which point I had to leave. So I'll tell you, I'll leave you with this. I went to a nightclub recently, and for those of you who can't tell, I'm not the type of person who enjoys a nightclub. For one, the music is not my kind of music. Despite this new trend in dance music of making the bass incredibly loud so white people can find the beat, I just can't get past the lyrics. Shake that ass, move that ass, get the ass on the floor. This is my body. I will do with it as I please. But anyways, I'm there, I'm trying to have a good time. I'm dancing, occasionally making eyes at females to see if they're interested. And they weren't, that was fine. All of a sudden, I feel a pair of female hands reach from behind and start stroking my body. And I turn around and I look, and I realize what was happening is there's a woman bent down, kind of grinding on the guy behind her. And she was using my body as a stripper pole. And I realized that I was so sexually non-threatening to these women that they viewed me as an inanimate object. The rest of the night, I just stood there like this. All right, thank you all, been great. Thank you very much.
Are the short bubbly girl, you know? It's like, that's the thing, short bubbly girl. I noticed though that there's like this thing that guys just love to do to short bubbly girls, where they're just kind of like, shut up, shut up, shut the fuck up, you know? Love it. I'm gonna do a character for you guys. This is a girl who identifies as bisexual, but she doesn't understand what bisexual means. What? What? No, I'm not into girls. I said I was bisexual. Bi means two. I take two dicks. Guys, go easy on her. She doesn't know what it means. I do like a girl who says things like, I give really long blowjobs. Like it's not up to you. Like 30 minutes in, he's been done for 20. What you doing? Honey, that's a noodle. Okay, what's he gonna do, stop her? Don't do that. Does anybody work in a restaurant here? The people who work in the restaurant work in a restaurant. You saw that one coming. Plot twist. Yeah, I work in a restaurant when I'm not on stage talking about long blowjobs. I'm not gonna like complain about it too much. I just I don't want to talk about it. I do. One thing I've noticed though is that people can't just order a drink. They have to like give you the whole backstory first. They'll be like, well, it's a little too late in the day for a coffee, and I had a Cokie yesterday, and my ex-husband Barry used to drink orange juice, so I think I'm gonna get a water. And you're like, I just wrote down like 3 things. One of those things is ex-husband Barry, and I don't know why I even wrote that. What? And then you come back to the table and she's like, you know what, I am gonna get the orange juice. I'm sorry, Barry didn't drink that. He drank apple juice. I just forget because he used to beat me to a pulp. That was.
Since I hadn't been out here in a while, I thought I'd go get a new outfit, so I went to Meijer and fuck around with Meijer. Shit, you gotta eat too? So I go in the dressing room and I try this shit on and I notice the price tag and I look up at the advertising and it say, why pay more? So I'm just gonna take this shit back after the show and why pay anything? You know what I'm saying? I got the receipt. My 10-year-old about to graduate 5th grade. My 10-year-old is about, thank you. And he walked in the room the other night and he said, Dad, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah. He said, why did you name me after you? I said, well, I always wanted to hear my name in the graduation ceremony. And he cracked up laughing and said, Dad, you didn't graduate? I said, you ain't either if you don't shut the fuck up. But it's funny how things change. First, you're young, and then you're old, You know, I come in, I gotta change these messy ass Pampers, deal with drooling at the mouth, saliva all over t-shirts and shit, whining and crying about nothing. I told my dad the next time I come in and I gotta change your Depends, I'm kicking your ass out. I mean, this motherfucker ain't got no teeth. He look like a 75-year-old infant. I got an 8-year-old daughter too. That's my little princess right there. And you know, she talked to her granddad all the time and he'd tell her, you know, honey, you got to believe a man will open doors for you, especially pertaining to your future. Yep. And she looks up at him and said, Daddy, Granddaddy, is it them same doors Daddy opened for Mama? And he was like, no, your daddy work at the prison. He opened prison doors, so you don't want to be opening them kind of doors. You know, she ain't for identity theft. You know, speaking of identity theft, you know, really the only people that are pissed off about identity theft are white people because they're the only one with good credit. They're the only motherfuckers I know who get bad credit and just go buy more shit and get good credit. You know what I'm saying? You know, motherfuckers stole my credit. I found out I had a house in the Hamptons, a Corvette in Buffalo. I went and got my shit. It had my name on it. You know what I'm saying? See, but that's the confusing thing right there. See, when black people born, we born with bad credit. Man, I had cable and gas in my name at 6 months old. I ain't lying. I grew up, y'all. I try to go get a apartment and get my heat on. I go in, the gas company lady say, you owe $5,700. I say, ain't this a bitch? So I go ask my mom about this shit and she say, son, I'm sorry, I just got behind, and when they called in and asked to speak to Nathan Melton, I told them you couldn't talk yet. Guess not, I'm 6 months old. What the fuck I'm gonna say? Try to go get my cable on. I walk into the cable company, and the lady behind the desk, y'all fine and motherfucker. I'm like, you so fine, I ain't talking to you, man. I was like, lady, you so fine, I'll give you my check if I had a job. But, you know, I say, look, my name's Nate Melton, I'm here to get my cable turned on. I want to know how much it's gonna cost us for. So you went to the computer, looked it up. She say, sir, you owe $3,700. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? I say, who in the hell keeps cable on until it costs $3,700? Is you fucking crazy? She say, well, if you had a job, you could pay for it. I say, motherfucker. But look, you guys watch the news, right? I just happen to be on my friend's house because I ain't got cable. I can't afford it. So I'm on my friend's house watching cable, right? And I see where this lady in court for spraying this guy with pepper spray, and the judge told her you can either get sprayed or go to jail. So she chose to get pepper sprayed. Now the same lady in the same, a different lady in the same court was there for skipping out on her cab fare. The judge told her you can either go to jail or walk 30 miles. It worked out for her because the bitch was 350 pounds, so she walked the 30 miles and lost some weight. So I figured, shit, I'm gonna go live in that city, go live in the same district that the judge preside over, and I figured I'd commit a sexual assault. And when I get to court, the lady got a sexual assault me, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's people court right there. You know? But my dad, his ass was kind of the same way. He believes in that Lex Tallion law shit, you know, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Somebody do something to you, he feel like you should be able to do the same thing to them. So me and my brothers used to play this fart game and shit, where you run over to a motherfucker and put on your pants and fart on him and shit while he sleep. And if he wake up, that means your ass stink. And you see, he won't. But my ass don't stink. So what happened was one day, my brother, he run up, showed up, let the fart go. So my brother go tell my dad. My dad was like, okay, you gotta let him fart on you. Only my brother had something wrong with his stomach. So you know when you one of them farts, you get ready to fart and you think it's gonna be gas, but it's kind of wet. And you be like, ooh, you know, you tighten up and shit. Well, it just so happens some of the drippings dropped on my brother's face and he shit on his face. And he ran to my dad, he was like, oh, my brother shit on my face. He said, y'all come here. He said, look, this is the deal. You either gonna let him shit on your face or you gonna get the gas bill in your name. My name ain't Melton. Y'all have a good night tonight.
People don't know, but when you have breast cancer and you have a boob removed, you have nerves and stuff to remove. So, you know, you got to jumpstart this nipple sometimes, you know, to get the shit started. And, you know, I was working with this guy that kind of been dating a little bit. And, you know, he took me out. I thought I was going to like him. And I expressed, you know, that I didn't have feeling in this thing and we were going to have to get it jump started and all that. And he wanted to do something special for me, blindfolded me, and it was like 10 minutes had gone by. I finally just lifted up the blindfold and he was going to town on that numb-ass titty. I didn't feel shit. I was sitting there like, 10 minutes? Really? You've been doing this for 10 minutes? I would have stopped you at 5 and been like, this Martha, pay attention to Martha. Martha's the one, that's the oldie but goodie. Martha's down to earth. She's gonna feel you. But Pamela's not, you know, Pamela's kind of turned up, you know? She high sedity. She ain't got time for all that. She don't be feeling you like that. And having breast cancer too, you know, I tell everybody about it. I'm open about it. But, you know, the white girls and the black girls and the Hispanic girls always respond different. Black girls are always like, oh my God, do you really, sister, do you have to have your titty removed for real? And I'm like, well, yeah, bitch. It's real out here. I gotta have my fucking titty removed. I'm not just gonna say that to say it, you know? White girls, they always want to feel. Are you done? Can I feel? Can I get my feel on? Which one is real? Which one is fake? I'm like, you gotta figure that shit out here. Go ahead. I'm just saying. And Hispanic girls are always like, ay Dios mío chulo, you can die from that. Well, no shit, bitch, it's cancer. Of course I can die from it. I got my shit cut off, so I'm good. But dating now, so I'm single. And I got this real funny story because what is a deal breaker anymore? You know, I was in relationships for all of my life, so this dating shit is new for me. And I'm finding that the red flags are a little bit easier to identify. But this one guy that I dated, well, I wouldn't say dated. I would say we went on a couple of dates and shit didn't fucking work out. Okay? But, you know, it hadn't been a while since I've been with a man, so I was like, you know, I might have to give him the buns, you know. We went on a few dates, you know, it's funny, decent guy. And so I gave up the buns this particular special night, and he farted while we were scrumping. Not only did he fart while we were scrumping, it smelled like burnt hot Cheetos. And then when he finished, because I clearly had to meow, 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 meow later on and take care of myself. But when he finished, this motherfucker is gonna smack me on the ass and say, now go in the kitchen and make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly? Really? Yeah, you got some of that loose turkey meat? Loose meat in your refrigerator? Loose meat? You mean deli sandwich? Like deli meat for sandwiches? You want me to just bring you a bowl of loose? Is that a fucking deal breaker or what? What type of fuckery is that? I was like, who is this guy? I don't even know him. Like, I feel weird. Let me get my shit and get the fuck out of here now.
Every time I tell people I'm 25, they never believe me. I'm like, you don't look 25, you look 21, or you don't look 25, you look 18, or you don't look 25, you look gay. It's like, okay, thank you. Whatever. I'm not gay, not bi either. I get asked those questions a lot. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about your luck, man. I don't know. Okay. No, I'm not gay, not bi, not saying there's anything wrong with being gay, I'm just not, regardless of what my appearance, demeanor, or dad says. He's a bit of an asshole. Hate that guy. Don't like my voice. Obviously, I made that joke. I can't do a lot of things with a voice like this that you want. Like, I could never rob a bank. Say that because when I get nervous, my voice gets a lot higher than I want it to. Nobody's gonna take that serious. Like, I could walk into a bank, I could be wearing a ski mask and carrying a gun, and then I would just be like, alright, everybody, get down, this is a bank robbery! I think the bank teller would just look at me and be like, alright, take it easy, lady. Not robbing this fucking bank. Your employees are assholes. Jerk. My sister, she celebrated her birthday recently too, and I sent her a text, a happy birthday text, and at the end of it, I put, love you, sis, but my phone's autocorrect changed it to love your tits. If you didn't laugh at that, you're probably from the South. So. You didn't get that. I want to share a piece of advice with you all that I learned recently. If you ever have to help a fat girl make a decision, you should never tell her to go with her gut. I hate that. And that is how you get fired from Papa John's. So. I'm unemployed. If anybody's hiring, I'm your guy. Man, you're for like everything. You're for the unemployed, the gays, the bis. It's like Jesus loves everyone, I guess. That's true. I don't know what to fucking talk about tonight. It's on my mind. I don't know. What do we want to talk about? I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm like, no. Pussy? Is that what you want to talk about, or what do you want to get, or what? Okay. Talk about my balls? I will. Actually, I could. My car insurance rates dropped just waiting on the balls now, so. That's my joke. That's the joke. That's the balls joke. You're welcome. Yeah. I guess I could try some new. Can I try some new stuff? Is that cool? This might be a train wreck. I don't know. We'll see. My mom recently, she told me when she was younger, she grew up in Detroit, she told me that she almost got kidnapped. And it was by a white man, early 30s, and he was balding. And I was like, that's fucking scary, to be balding at 30. It's like, terrifying. I like some of the guys are like, no, that's not funny. Fuck you, man. Sorry, man. No, I'm gonna lose my hair. It's gonna happen. My dad lost his. My grandpa's lost theirs. My brothers are losing theirs. Like, I've started to notice that my hairline is starting to recede, which sucks, especially when you look as young as I do. Because I'm thinking this time next year, I'm gonna have the hair of a pedophile and the face of his victim. Just walking around sad all day. I don't even like candy either, so it's like a lose-lose. Oh my, he's right there. God. I want to tell you a quick story too. In the 7th grade, during my first physical, I asked the doctor if my penis was as big as the other boys my age. He told me to ask my mom, which I thought was really fucking weird. Like, how would my mom know what the average size 7th grader's penis was? Didn't do that, but what I did do is I went home, I got on my dad's work computer, and I Googled 7th grader's penis. And that is the story of how my dad lost his job. Probably why he thinks I'm gay too, so it's full circle, it comes back. Sucks. I wrote a new joke today. I think it's the world's most offensive joke. I really want to share it with you all. Is that fine? Okay. It's pretty fucking bad. So we're gonna get through it together.
That sounds good.
Shit. Here we go. You're gonna hate me after this. I was having sex with a girl, and I pulled out and finished on her lower back, where she had a tattoo of a cross. After that, I kind of felt like God, because now I too have had children die on the cross. Thank you. I didn't think I could get away with that in West Michigan, but thank you all. It's awesome.